कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन यशोदा व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Radha Rasi Bihari Rama Rasi Bihari Radhe Jaya Radha Chama Sundara Radha Chama Sundara Radhe Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gaura Nitai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Jayanatimmade, 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 Jayanatimmade. Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Sato Swami, Jaya Sato Swami, Jaya Sato Swami, Jaya Sato Swami, Jaya Guru Parampara, Jaya Guru Parampara, Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. जय ओम श्रीपाद परम सूचिका आचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद् भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर स्वामी श्रीपाद गुरु महाराज की जय। जय ओम श्रीपाद परम सूचिका आचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीपाद की जय। जय ओम श्रीपाद परम सूचिका आचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रीपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री द्वारका धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गौरमंडल नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। समूह भक्तवृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga All Gosha Guru Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी निगमकल्पतरो गलितं फलम् सुखमुखामृतद्रव्यसंयुतम् पिबत भागवतं रसमालयम् मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकः मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकः मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकः. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 1st chapter, verse 57. Kirtimantam pratamajam Kirtimantam pratamajam Kamshayanakadundubihi Kamshayanakadundubihi Arpayamasha Krishrena Sonrutat Ativivalaha Kirtimantam pratamajam Kamshayanakadundubihi Arpayamasha Krishrena Sonrutat Ativivalaha Sonrutat Ativivalaha. Would someone like to repeat?
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Prabhuji. Kirtimantam pratamajam Kirtimantam pratamajam Kamsayana kadundubihi Arpayamasa krashrena Sondrutad Atibivalaha. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna. Kritimantam prathamajam kamsayana kadundubhihi arpayam asa krishrena so anritat atibhibhalaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji's?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Kirtimantam prathamajam kamsayana dudundubihi arpayamasha krichrena so anritad ativivalaha.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Word to word meaning. Kirtimantam, by the name Kirtiman. Pratamajam, the firstborn baby. Kamshaya, and to Kamsha. Anakadundubihi, Vasudeva. Arpayamasha, delivered. Krishrena, with great pain. Sa-i, that is Vasudeva. Anrutat, from the breaking of the promise or from fear of being a liar. Ativivalaha was very much disturbed, being afraid. Translation. Vasudeva was very much disturbed by fear of becoming a liar by breaking his promise. Thus, with great pain, he delivered his firstborn son, named Kitima, into the hands of Kamsa. Purport. In the Vedic system, as soon as a child is born, especially a male child, the father calls for learned brahmanas, and according to the description of the child's horoscope, the child is immediately given a name. This ceremony is called Namakarana. There are 10 different samskaras or reformatory methods adopted in the system of Varnashrama Dharma, and the name giving ceremony is one of them. Although Vasudeva's first son was to be delivered into the hands of Kamsa, the Namakarana ceremony was performed, and thus the child was named Kirtima. Such names are given immediately after birth. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Sarupdam Guru Swami Tanamani Namasad Bhaktamani Yamani Purupavacha Prabhupada Sadvani Prasad Nitaya Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Tanamani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshun Pacharya Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to all the assembled Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, Maharajas. I welcome you all on behalf of Bhaktivedanta Institute to this ongoing discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. And we are discussing the Samam Bonam 10th canto and chapter 1. That is the advent of Lord Krishna. Today we are discussing that. continuing with the first chapter, and we are going to discuss about the 57th verse. Kirtimantam pratamajam kamshayanakadundubihi arpayamāsa krushrena so anputat ativivala. So we have been hearing about how Vasudeva, after Kamsa, decides to kill his own sister, a woman, more than that, his own sister, after hearing the Akashvani about his impending death, imminent death, by the 8th child of Devaki. And we have been hearing how Vasudeva tried to put some sense into the head of Kamsa. He tried all possible things, but Kamsa being having a Rakshasa mentality, demoniac mindset, he is not ready to accept. So now, Vasudeva has to find a different way to stop the killing of Mother Devaki. So, to save one life, it takes the step to give so many lives. It doesn't sound logical. But to understand that, we need to know what happened with these babies who were born, the 7 kids, and what was their previous karma, where did they come from, all those things. Ultimately, whatever it is, karma is very, very strong. The laws of the energy of the Lord, Maya's rules and regulations are very, very strong. It doesn't spare anyone. Not even little bit. As I mentioned earlier also, the story of Mandokya Muni or Mandaviya Muni. Because once the king lost something and the robber, while the chase, he drops it near Mandavya Muni's, and he was doing tapasya, and the gods come and find this, and the king, without going into the details, he orders to insert spears from the backside of the Mandavya. So Mandavya Muni, when he goes to Yamaloka, he talks to Uma. What did I do? Why I was given this punishment? So he says that in your childhood, you used to take sharp objects and pierce through the back of the ants. So this is the reaction of that one. So all I'm trying to say here is that karma, its results are like fire. It doesn't spare anyone, it doesn't spare any act. It's like even when a child puts his finger, Prabhupada says, still the fire will burn. It will not think that, oh, it's a child. So because of such karmic reactions and things are happening, so apparently it looked like not a very good act of just to say, Devaki, you are ready to give 8 lives, or 7 lives, or whatever it is. But we need to understand the bigger picture. Okay. So having decided that, . And Devaki has become pregnant and delivered a baby. Now the baby is delivered. Now the time has come as promised. Yeah. So what happened was that he promises that you don't worry, I'll give all the children as they are born. I'll give it to you. That's what the promise Vasudeva gives to Kamsa. So Kamsa gets convinced about two things. One is
Recording in progress.
sorry, extremely sorry for that. So Kamsa accept this proposal because of two things. One is he'll be able to kill all the children who are going to be the cause of his death. One of them, of course. And second thing is he has that kind of faith on the words of Vasudeva. And that quality of Vasudeva only is being discussed here, that Prabhupada discusses. One is here, Vasudeva, the time has come to hand over the child to Kamsa. Now the fear has come, as naturally as a father. No father would like to see the death of his child, that just born baby. We all can, feel that if we put ourselves in the shoes of Vasudeva, how he would have, what kind of emotions he would have undergone at that point of time, that knowing very well that the child is going to be killed by Kamsa, is to hand over that tender, little, small, cute, nice, beautiful baby into the hands of the demoniac person like Kamsa. So, but the fear is one side, the other side is quality of the truthfulness. The promise given is given. You cannot break that promise. So he decides against his will, with all the pain, to hand over this little baby into the hands of Kamsa. But before that, what he does one activity, that is a samskara, purificatory processes, they say. Samskaras we all know. Prabhupada talks about 10 samskaras here, but actually what we heard is around 16 samskaras are there. Maybe for Vaishnavas, we may be more focused on the 10 samskaras, main samskaras. So, as I understand, there are These samskaras are divided into pre-birth samskaras, childhood samskaras, and education and adolescent samskaras, marriage and family samskaras, and then end of life samskaras. Okay. So these samskaras are supposed to be carried out throughout the life of the person from the time or before even he is born, to bring the right soul into the lineage. We undergo samskara to invoke the divine blessings and to have a virtuous child who will glorify the family, they glorify the place of birth, the country, will be guiding force for humanity, and will be a spiritual guide to the whole mankind. So, with this, they seek the blessings of the Lord. So, that is the Garbhadana Samskara. Then there is something called Pumsavana on the 3rd or 4th month of pregnancy to take care of the health of the fetus. And then the third one, we know the Simanta. On the 7th month, that is done to bless, to invoke blessings for the mother and the child. So these are the pre-birth samskaras given. And the childhood samskara starts with the Jata Karma, welcoming the new baby with honey and ghee, and chanting Maha Mantra, the holy name of the Lord, in the baby's ear. Then immediately after that, the Namakarana is done. So this Namakarana samskara only is being discussed, that Vasudev, before handing over the child, he names the child as Kirtiman. This is done on the 11th or 12th day, this time, that it's done on the 11th or 12th day. And then there is another samskara, Nishkramana. Nishkramana means first outing for the child. The first time they take the child out to expose the child to sun and fresh air. But nowadays, the just born babies, they develop, most of the time they develop some problems. So normally they keep them in an incubator under light, and sometimes if it is allowed, they are just brought out and shown to the sun. Okay. And then comes Annaprashna. Annaprashna is normally done at the age of 6 months. That's what is given when the child is first given the solid food. Then comes Shodakarana. This child's first haircut is done. Hair. Okay. Then you have Karnaveda, which is Karna means ears, piercing the ears. That is one samskara. We have seen this, right? In various places, different ways it is done. Then comes the education and adolescence samskaras. In that, Vidyarambha is the first one. Vidyarambha or Aksharabhyasa, or it is. The child is taught the first letter Normally on the rise, they make the child to write in front of the deities, marking the start of the learning. Then comes Upanayana. This we all have heard. The sacred thread ceremony, initiation into the Vedic learning, for Brahmanas, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas. Then comes Vedaramba, study of Vedas, Adhyayana, starting out Vedic education. Then you have marriage and family samskaras. Then end of life samskaras. We know this, all those things. So these are some information. I mean, the information is available in public forum. You can just go through it. This samskaras is basically kind of to induce the culture, the family values subtly into the minds of the child, mind of the child. Because these things get impregnated, embedded in the mind of the child. After that, whatever happens, he goes here and there, but these things form the foundation. And it is said that they all work at a very, very subtler level. For example, Garbhadana Samskara, when the prayers are invoked to bring in the right soul, to impregnate the mother, into the womb of the mother. It works in a very, very subtle way, but it works. It's a great science. If things are done properly, if the consciousness of the mother and father is in the right state, and the proper mantras are invoked, and they participate in those yajnas, havans, or whatever it is, then whole thing kind of ensures that, okay, this family is good to take care of this particular soul. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, suppose if somebody is not able to continue his devotional service, it gets disrupted for various reasons. Then they are born in a very good family, very wealthy family, or they'll have this beautiful, they'll be very beautiful. I mean, a lot of good things happen. So, such souls which are eligible to get into the right place, they are brought down by this Garbhadana Sanskaras. And today, in this sloka, we are discussing about the Namakarana Sanskara, where Vasudeva is giving a name to the child before handing over the child to Kamsa. So Srila Prabhupada writes, in the Vedic system, as soon as a child is born, especially male child, the father calls for learned Brahmanas, and according to the description of the child's horoscope, the child is immediately given a name. So this is our Vedic culture, that based on the birth chart is certain letters will be given, chosen, or it is, these are the names, these are the letters, starting letters. I don't know how it is used, mostly starting letters. So with that, you can name the child. But most of the time, the names would be somewhat related to the Lord. Okay. Some great stage or personalities, demigods, you know. The purpose behind that is to, uh, when you keep calling, the child keep hearing the Lord's name or his representative's name. That is Shravanam, the holy name. And by calling, this person who's calling also gets the benefit. So, in our office, a person's name is Krishna. So I like to more and more, call him, because it gives an opportunity. And the whole office, he's in finance. Finance is a very important department. Many people interact with finance. So everybody goes, Krishna, 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 I want this, Krishna, I want that. So unknowingly, the auspiciousness is invoked because the Lord's name is being chanted there. So that is the beauty of giving such names to the kids. But these days, we have very, very funny names. Chintu, Mintu, Pintu. The shortest name, Ki, Ka, Ku, Chiku, so on and so forth. Anyhow, that's how the world is. We have no point in complaining about it. So, Srila Prabhupada writes, there are 10 different samskaras. Here he is mentioning 10 different samskaras or reformative methods adopted in the system of Varnashrama Dharma. Possibly, yeah. From our culture, we are focusing on the 10 samskaras, and name giving ceremony is one of them. One point that we need to understand here is about the quality exhibited by Vasudeva, that is truthfulness. There are, these living entities possess 50 qualities that are there in Krishna. Truthfulness is also one of them. So, just because we are having 50 qualities out of the 64 qualities, whatever percentage that comes to, it doesn't make us anywhere near Krishna. Krishna is Asama Urdhava. Asama and Urdhava. Nobody is equal to him, nobody is above him. But as our philosophy says, Siddhanta says, we are simultaneously, inconceivably, simultaneously one and different. We are like the Lord in quality, but we are different from the Lord in quantity. So, Achintya Veda Avedat. So, these qualities that are present in the Supreme Lord, we also have those qualities. Definitely, but they are all covered. Our consciousness is pure, the soul is pure, and this pure consciousness possesses the qualities, the divine qualities. And these divine qualities are covered by the material covering because of the conditioning, our interaction with the three modes of material nature. And by a process, if we can remove this contamination, Cheto Darpanamarjanam, if we are able to do that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Sodashakam Namna Kalikalmashanashanam. Kale dosha nide rajan asti eko mahan guna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param. So this kalmashas of Kali Yuga will be removed, which is covering this wonderful qualities, divine qualities. These are the spiritual dimensions. Guru Maharaj talks about spiritual dimensions. These are all spiritual dimensions. So one of such dimension, the spiritual quality is truthfulness. So he was fearful. Our Vasudeva was fearful of not following, not exhibiting that quality by not handing over the child to Kamsa. He has promised and he has to keep up the promise. He is undergoing pain, severe pain, intolerable agony of handing over this tender baby to Kamsa, knowing very well that he is going to kill. The fear is there. One side is exhibiting fear, other side is exhibiting truthfulness, and the fear of not exhibiting the truthfulness is the fear. More than the fear of losing the child. It overpowers, the fear of not following the quality of truthfulness overpowers the fear of losing the child. So therefore, he takes a decision to hand over this child to Kamsa, and before handing over, he performs this Namakarana Samskara and gives the child name as Kirtiman. So that is what is today's gist of today's shloka. So nothing much to add. So I stop here. If you all have any questions or comments, you are most welcome. Hare Krishna.
Thank you प्रभु for the class. अगर किसी का कुछ प्रश्न है कृपया प्रभु से पूछ सकते हैं.
So there are questions how they become eligible, Devaki and Vasudeva become eligible, how they have these wonderful qualities. See, the Lord is going to be born through them, not born exactly, appear through them. How they become eligible for that? Definitely they'll have these qualities, but how do they have these qualities? What was their previous life? Everything will be discussed, which I don't want to break this what do you call the secrets or the sometimes when somebody one movie comes and somebody narrates, oh, in this movie this happened, this happened, this happens, it's a wonderful movie, go and watch it. You will not like to watch it, right? So there should be some expectation waiting for what's going to happen next. So that's why we limit, at least I limit myself to what is given in Prabhupada, slowly introducing this nectar of the Lord's appearance and his leelas, slowly. So everything will be covered. Whatever questions come, we can keep it to our mind. Prabhupada will answer our questions, but keep it yourself. And if anything else that we can discuss, we can discuss. Otherwise, it's okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna.
Like we have seen that when Vasudeva and Devaki was getting married, though, that time also Vasudev ji was having this dharma sankat, right? Like a lot of, and still now when he is handing to this child to Kamsa. He's undergoing this Dharma Sankat. What he's experiencing, we are not imagining. We cannot imagine that. What
Yeah,
he's
we cannot
experiencing.
imagine really what he is undergoing. Actually. To some extent, the fathers and mothers, we can see when our father becomes more protective to us, we kind of retaliate. Actually, why are you allow me to do what I want to do? I can talk about it. I was so concerned even till 9th standard, 10th standard. My son was to cross the road, go to the other side of the road to catch an auto and go. But I was concerned that the child is going to cross the road. There's so much of traffic. To some extent, we can. But here, what is happening is you are for sure you know that this child is going to be killed, and you see the amount of excruciating pain he would be undergoing. Actually, that's what. So we need to undergo all these emotions in this tenth canto. We need to undergo ourselves, Uh, then only we can understand. It's not that everything is rosy. With each character, the kind of emotion they undergo, we should get into the character, undergo that emotions. Then we'll understand Bhagavatam. That realization. Not that we have to force things upon ourselves, but a little bit of thoughtfulness can uh, bring out those emotions. Because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. We have some common things, that is Vasudeji or ourselves. Something is common, that we are all part and parcel of Krishna, and we will definitely. And that's why Prabhupada wanted. He built a house in which the whole world can stay. It means that we understand each other's pain and pleasures. By relating ourselves to, by kind of keeping Krishna in the center and seeing everyone through Krishna. Right? Initially, it is God brothers, God sisters. We have a common father, a spiritual master, and extended further, then it goes to Krishna, and we are all part and parcel of Krishna. Being part and parcel of Krishna, we are all servants of Krishna. Being a servant of Krishna, all of us have a relationship. And when Krishna says, I am the seed-giving father, then we become children of Krishna. And being children of Krishna, we have a relationship as brothers and sisters. Right? So that is the highest relation that we have, actual relationship. That's why we may have many brothers, sisters, but once you get in the spiritual family, you feel very nice, comfortable being among God brothers, God sisters, and devotees, extended God brothers, God sisters, extended family. That's a wonderful, wonderful house Prabhupada has created for us to be a part of that house in this mode, actually. So there is pain, there is pleasure, there is all kinds of emotions are there. We have to undergo all these things. And these are all part of our spiritual growth. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So there are no questions or comments. We can conclude for today's thing.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna. Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, B.I. Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bo. Pancha Kalpatarubishi Kripa Sindhu Bheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo.
Thank you, Prabhu. His Grace Mother Krishna Prabhu ki jai ho.
Kripad Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you all the devotees in your Vaisnavas. Hare Krishna.